And once again, Dan never ceases to disappoint me. In Olivia Attwood's Bad Boyfriends episode 7. In the last episode, Olivia took Ellie for a chat and said, "Why the fuck are you with this loser?" Not in those exact words. But Ellie said, "Oh, we've been through a lot. His dad died when he was 18 or whatever, and he didn't have a man in his life to teach him right from wrong." Shittest excuse ever. So in this episode, Olivia took Dan for a chat and they spoke more about his dad's death. He was talking about how his dad took his own life, how it affected him, and how when he goes out he kind of blocks out what's happening. He blocks out like what he's got and he just goes out to have fun, and his friends expect him to be the class clown. Which is strange because clowns are supposed to be funny, but what him and clowns do have in common is I hate clowns too. You can give me all the stories you want about your family, your parents, things that happened when you were growing up, but at the end of the day, if you're a cunt, you're a cunt. It makes absolutely no difference to me. I know many people whose parents have took their own lives, and they're perfectly excellent people. I know plenty of people whose parents are narcissistic, and they're perfectly amazing people. It's a personal choice to be an arsehole. And maybe they were just giving him a chance to speak up for himself or whatever, but it just went right over my head. It was Max's birthday and Olivia used this opportunity to offer the boys temptations, but if they took them, the girls would lose their privileges. The first temptation the boys were offered were haircuts. They weren't told what the girls would lose, but the boys were like, "Do you know what, it's Max's birthday, we're stuck in this shithole, let's go and get haircuts." So they fucked off to go and get haircuts, and Izzy was looking forward to seeing Max for his birthday. She says, "I want to spend the day with him, maybe we could bake a cake or something." She goes up there, and the boys are nowhere to be seen. So the boys go and get their haircut, and they all look exactly the same, except for Akon and Italo, because they've got shaved heads and you can tell that they're a bit shorter. Throughout this show, I've actually been looking at Dan's hair and thinking, did he forget to go and get a haircut before he went on Hot Shots? But it turns out that it's actually supposed to be like that because he came out the barber's and looked exactly the same. So Miles was sitting and he says, "Oh, you know what, I'm faithful to my barber, but this is a good cut." And then Dan said, "Oh, I always say I'm more faithful to my barber than I am to my girl." Miles is like, "Ah, fuck off." Olivia goes to the villa and she takes all the girls' hair and makeup products, and they are fucking raging. Then she offers them a day in the beach club with drinks and food and tells them that the girls are going to go into basic rations. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't be all that annoyed about this, right? It seems as if they're only going to lose it for a day. It's Max's birthday, and I would kind of think, right, well, just go out and have fun then. It's not that much of a big deal. I can live on like rice and beans for a day. I didn't have that much of a problem with them taking these temptations. I did have a problem with some of the things they were saying, mainly Dan. We're here for being bad boyfriends, we might as well put the cherry on top. It's exhausting. So they go out to the club and Dan's like, "Oh, I'm being good, I'm just here, I'm just focused on the boys, and there's girls over there and I'm going to be good." Like, who even goes out and goes, "Oh, there's girls over there, oh, I can be good"? Like, just be there and be with the boys. Like, why was he even... I don't know, it's as if like his brain automatically goes and look for girls. He's a total fucking skis bag. Max was talking about his best friend who he goes to Thailand with, and he says, "Izzy was my best friend before and she knows what I used to get up to with him in Thailand, so she's worried that I still get up to those things now." And Dylan was saying that Anthony can get quite fiery, and it annoys him because Anthony wants to hold his hand in public and he doesn't feel comfortable with it. But like the other night when he was getting annoyed, he put his hand on his shoulder and he says, "Oh, I'm comfortable with that." And the boys were like, "Just be yourself. It's fine, you know? It's 2025. Chill." They didn't say that, that's what I'm saying. The boys were asking Miles about his plans to marry Shay, and he says, "Look, she wants to get married, so what's the compromise?" And he says, "Maybe I need more time, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years." Now, while I don't believe in being married, she did say in the last episode that he knew that she wanted to get married from the start, and I think they've now been together for 5 years. Now, the problem with this is 2-3 years doesn't seem like a long time, but that is a long time if, well, she's planning on having kids, she's already said that. That's taking away the time to try for kids, and then if it turns out that 3 years down the line he says, "Look, I can't do this, I can't get married," It's took away time for her to now meet somebody else and have kids. What's she supposed to do then? Meet somebody and have kids with them and get married to them in the space of a year? That's the issue. And again, even though I don't believe in getting married, they've been together 5 years. If he thinks he's going to end up doing it, then he might as well just do it. Olivia then offered the boys, I think it was €50 each to spend on drinks or to spend that money on their partners. And Max straight away was kind of like, do we need more drinks? Miles was saying, I think the girls would understand. It's Max's birthday. But in the end, they decided to buy the girls and Anthony a present. The girls were sitting in the villa absolutely fucking raging that the boys had fucked off for the day. They had their hair and beauty products took away and they were on basic rations. And then they says, let's get revenge. Let's go and wreck Brozone. Now, I don't actually believe for a second that those girls were sitting there and they came up with that idea on their own. I think that production might have said, what would be fun for the cameras? Or, do you know what would be a good idea? I would like to hear from somebody who was actually on the show. Did the girls think of that? I would honestly be shocked if they did. And you know what? I really felt like it was too far. They were already living in a shithole. And they went and they put their clean clothes on the floor. Not that your clothes could be clean in that environment. Put stuff in the paddling pool. Put mayonnaise all over the place, flour all over the place. Took their mattresses outside. And I just felt like it was really unnecessary. The boys came back to Brozone with their gifts and they were fucking raging. Who the fuck has wrecked our house? It was already bad enough as it is. Why did the girls do this? Dylan in particular was pissed off. And I must admit, I would have been pissed off as well because the girls got their hair and beauty stuff took away for a day. And they're on basic rations for one day. Like, really, was it all that bad? Olivia then shows up and says, you've got the option to spend the night in the villa and the girls and Anthony can come down here and stay. And Dylan was like, yes, absolutely. And I agreed. I would have been totally fucking raging as well. Like, you've been in that villa and all we wanted was a nice day for Max's birthday. And I don't think they took things too far. And I thought that they were justified in swapping. When the girls showed up, Olivia told them that they had bought them presents. Wow. Keep in mind they didn't have that much money. Max says to Izzy, I wanted to spend the day with you for my birthday, so I got us a blanket to sit on and a bottle of wine. And she says, that's Lambrini, that's cheap as shit. It was the thought that counts. I actually thought that was really nice. We obviously didn't see all the gifts because they were doing this for fucking comedic effect. But Miles bought Shay a jar of chickpeas. Akon bought Daniela a bottle of water because she doesn't drink. Dan got Ellie a bottle of wine and some sex dice, and she says, you'll not be having sex anytime soon. He also says to her, I got a haircut, and she was like, it looks shit. 100% it did. They were then having a party for Max's birthday, and it was a casino night where they had to spin the wheel of misfortune, and it was truth or dare. Jacinta and Italo went first and they spun the wheel and it was truth. And Olivia asked, what couple do you think isn't going to last outside the villa? And they said Dan and Ellie, and for some reason she was really fucking upset about it. What was she expecting? It's like she can't see so clearly that she deserves better. Akon was asked to do a lap dance for somebody else's partner and he chose Anthony. That was a good idea. Olivia had a surprise for Max and she asked him if there was anything else that Izzy should know about Thailand, and he said no. And then Olivia's like, surprise! It's Max's best friend. You get to grill him and find out everything. And his best friend comes across as the sort of person who's actually going to tell her everything. But of course, once again, we're left on a cliffhanger. But in the clip of next time, things aren't looking good. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Do you think that the boys were that out of order for taking the Temptations? And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!